Hey there, I'm estate planning attorney Paul Rabalais, and in this video, we're going to talk about why in the world somebody would want to be an executor of an estate. So you might be thinking, why would someone want to be an executor of an estate? Sounds like a pain in the you know what to me. You've got to deal with a bunch of lawyers. You've got to deal with the court system. You've got to deal sometimes with judges. The heirs of the estate may not like the way you're handling the estate as the executor. You might get sued in your capacity as executor. Being the executor is a lot of time and hassle and paperwork. It can be a pretty thankless job. So why would someone want to do it? 3 reasons. Reason number 1 why someone would want to be an executor is really a noble reason. It's because they want to do it in someone's honor. Someone might come into my office and say, Mr. Rabalais, Uncle Bubba, he was a good man. And he took the time and he asked me and I told him I would, and he named me as the executor of his will. It says it right here in his will. He passed away last week. And I'm honored that Uncle Bubba did that, and I want to honor his name by doing the best job I can do to honor his wishes and settle his estate in the best manner possible. Let's get busy. So some people, they want to be that executor because it's that final act that you can do for someone to honor their life and their memory, by being an outstanding executor. So the first reason people want to be an executor is because they want to honor the name of that person who passed away. The second reason people want to be an executor is money. So as an executor, if you're an executor, you're entitled to compensation, and the compensation is typically a percentage of the value of the probate estate assets. Let me give you 3 or 4 examples. It depends on what state the probate is in, the state of residence or domicile of the person who passed away. In my state of Louisiana, where I'm an estate planning attorney, an executor is entitled to compensation of 2.5% of the gross probate assets. In Florida, it's 3% of the first $1 million of assets in a state, then 2.5% of the next $4 million, goes on from there with a graduated scale. If you're an executor of a New York estate, 5% on the first 100,000, 4% on the next 200,000, 3% on the next 700,000 goes from there. Final state I'll reference is the state of California. If you're an executor in California, you're entitled to compensation of 4% on the first $100,000 of assets, then 3% on the next 100, 2% on the next 800, and it goes from there. So, as they say, being an executor of a large estate can be good work if you can get it. So now I will tell you that the executors that typically, accept their full executor compensation, often those executors who are not heirs, maybe in my circumstance where a gentleman came in and his Uncle Bubba named him as the executor, but Uncle Bubba left everything to his 2 kids, then that nephew is likely going to accept the full compensation. However, occasionally you see when the executor is also one of the heirs. Let's say there's 2 heirs. Uncle Bubba had $1 million estate. Each heir gets $500,000. That one heir who is also the executor might say, you know what, I'll waive the executor compensation. I really don't need that 2.5% off the top. I would have to include that as my taxable income. I'll just not accept an executor fee. I'll allow that $1 million to be divided up between the 2 heirs equally, and that inheritance will be free of income tax. So sometimes you see people waive the executor fee that they're entitled to, but quite frankly, money is sometimes the motivating reason why someone would want to be an executor. And then the third reason someone would want to be an executor is power. So the executor of an estate gets to make, many decisions like hiring the lawyers who will provide the legal services to the executor and to the estate. The executor will often make decisions on whether to sell a home that the deceased person owned, and if it's going to be sold, how much it will be sold for, who it's going to be sold to, under what terms. If the deceased owned a business, it's going to be that executor who's responsible for maintaining, wrapping up, doing what they need to do for that business that's in the best interest of the estate and in the heirs. The executor often gets involved in the all-important, disposition of personal effects. So some executors need that power because they feel like if they have that power, they can maximize the value to the estate and maximize what each of the heirs gets. Other executors like having that power because they just, quite frankly, like being in charge. So that honor, money, power is what I've seen as the three motivating reasons why people would want to be an executor of an estate. It could be some combination of those, or it could be mainly one of those. But nonetheless, another important factor is we want to make sure you smash the like button. I do a lot of videos here on probate and on executors, and so make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you don't miss any of my future videos. As long as you do those things, it won't cost you anything. It's free, and we'll keep you posted on my future estate planning and probate educational videos. Hope you enjoyed watching this video half as much as I enjoyed making it. We'll see you next time.